High school math class can be a rather intimidating subject for a lot of homeschool moms. So if you're looking for something that is going to do a good job of teaching math, but that you don't have to actually do it, Mr.D's self-paced math classes might be the answer for you. This year, my 8th grader used Algebra 1 from Mr.D, and it ended up being so much better of a math year than what I was expecting. Mr.D's math class, if you don't know, there are live options. We use the self-paced. Self-paced versions start with pre-algebra and go through calculus 1. The cost is $197, which is really good for a high school level course. And you get access for a little more than a school year. Kind of depends on when you actually buy it, but essentially the school year plus a little bit more. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Tricia. I'm homeschooling with 3 kids. Number 1 graduates this weekend, and number 2 is heading into high school next year. And then my 3rd one, let's see, he just finished 6th grade. So my daughter used different high school math, and I've got a video where I share about what we used. It's myhomeschoolmathclass.com. That's what she used through Algebra 2, and then she moved to community college for her math classes. Ben is he's a competent math student. Doesn't struggle too much, but he doesn't enjoy math. He also doesn't enjoy math in particular that has a lot of practice to it. My daughter used Lyle with hers, and she really benefited from the repetition of practicing the same kinds of problems a lot. Ben does not. That's not a good one with him. So for elementary, we used Beast Academy for the last part of his elementary, and he finished Beast Academy 5 last year, and then we had a little bit of time, so we did just here and there, and then we moved into Algebra 1. And a lot of people ask, what do you do after Beast Academy 5? Well, this program, I feel like he was seamlessly prepared to move into it. If you've never watched one of my curriculum spotlights, I kind of go through it, give you the basic facts, some pros, cons. It's not really a review necessarily, and I'm not going to give you a recommendation. I'm just giving you the information that you might need in order to make a decision. The inspiration behind these was that when I look for a new program, what I really benefit from is sitting down with the book and chatting with someone who's used it here and there. So that's kind of what I try to present to you. So after I go through this stuff, at the end, I will pull up the website and show you some bits and pieces in there, give you an insight to what it really looks like from the student side. When they start a new lesson, there is a video and then worksheet. We downloaded the worksheets onto the iPad, and my son used it through GoodNotes. You can absolutely print them off as well. Watch the video, and it's designed so that they can kind of work on the worksheets as they're watching the video. They do similar problems, but usually after the video, he would still have a little work to do, and then there's a quiz every lesson. It's 5 questions online, and they do get 2 opportunities to complete it. Every chapter has between 5 and 9 lessons, thereabout. I think there was 1 or 2 that went a little bit longer, and 1 or 2 that went a little bit shorter, but roughly 2 to 3 weeks per chapter. And at the end of the chapter, there's a computer test. And again, they have 2 opportunities before that. So what are some of the things that I liked about it? It is a strong math program, but not a rigorous math program. If you have a student who is looking to go into a math field or a engineering, that kind of thing, I'm not sure I would suggest it. If they're good at math anyway and catch on quickly, maybe, but if I were doing that, I would probably look at something like Derek Owens. So he has online math classes too. So it's good. for your regular average student who is not heading into a college field that has a lot of math in it, I would recommend it for most. The self-paced was something that was really important for us this year. Originally because I wanted him to, I was just moving from me being the teacher primarily to another setting. But what we realized as we went on was that being able to work at his own pace really benefited him, because when he needed the extra time, he didn't have that pressure of an outside class saying, this is the deadline. That would have been really rough for his personality. I also really liked that it's computer graded. There is an answer key for parents, and it's not just the answer. They show the work for most of the problems, like ones that you need to be able to see a step by step. And I really, really appreciated that. I'm pretty good at math, but it's been a long time since I took algebra. And even helping my daughter with algebra, I mean, that was like 2016, 2017, so I don't remember what year she did that. So it's been a lot of years, even since her. So having that is good. On the other hand, I wish there had been a little bit more for parents. I don't know what that really looks like, but sometimes there are problems that I was like, I don't know, and so then I had to go back and watch the video, and so it wasn't it wasn't all that extra work, but a little more help in the answer guides would have been nice sometimes. There are also weekly help sessions live that your student can attend. We never did this year, but next year for geometry, I expect that will be something we have to do. So I really like that as well, that they can still have that live interaction with teachers when they need that extra assistance. As for what I didn't like I said, it's not a rigorous, which I don't know to say I didn't like. It's just not, it may not be what you need. If you are really not confident with math, the teacher guides may or may not be, or the answer keys may not be enough for you. But really, otherwise, I don't think there are necessarily a lot of cons. As long as you have a student who, for the self-paced at least, if you have a student who will stay on top of his work. If not, they also offer live classes, so that might be a better option for you. Otherwise, yeah, that's it. I think it's great. Perfect. It was really good move from mom teaching math to doing it independently. Out of a week, maybe a couple days a week, did he need help with a problem here or there from me, but otherwise he just did so well. And I was really nervous about this year, because while he's quite competent in math, it's just not something he really likes. And so I was afraid that doing it self-paced without mom, that it wouldn't go well, but he did so well. There is no prep involved. It's all on there. Well, I should say the only prep was that I had to make sure that worksheets were downloaded. Last time I downloaded like a semester's worth at a time onto the iPad, and I used GoodNotes for that. I'm not sure if I said that or not. This year I'll probably just download the whole year, but I will also download the answer key and put it in a separate notebook on there, because when I did need to look at it, we have to turn the computer back on, or open it back up, find the answer key, whatever. So I'll either put it on my computer, all the answer keys downloaded, or I'll put it into GoodNotes. And that way it's just there and easy for me when we need it. Otherwise, there was no prep. I did not have to do anything else once I registered him for the class, which was wonderful. There is a pacing guide, like I said, but it's not like a day, on Monday do these problems, on Tuesday do these problems. It's just, here are the lessons, here's when you need to complete this chapter basically. Will I use it again? Absolutely. We will do geometry, self-paced again next year. After that, I really would like to move him to the live classes. I think there is strong benefit in homeschool students learning from other teachers live as well, for multiple reasons, but I really think it's important. And doing it in math is an easy way to do it. They also have a consumer math. It's like a project-based one that I'm really considering for after algebra. This is third high school math, and then probably statistics after that at the community college. But I thought a project-based consumer math might be pretty interesting for a student who doesn't get through a lot of math and doesn't need a higher level math after that, after college or after high school. They also have several other courses, not just math, including things like sign language, economics. There's a Train Like an Olympian course if you have a student who might want that for a PE course. Before I flip the camera around, please, if you do have questions about this math, make sure you leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now I'm going to flip ahead and look at it from the computer side. Okay, so once you log in, this is your dashboard. You can see the announcements, anything that's coming up, all the lessons, and the calendar. And then up in the top are your messages to the teachers, notifications, etc. Now, here's the list of assignments. Here's another link for the extra help sessions. There's a couple places to log in with that. Okay. And then printing the coursework by chapter, which I mentioned. What I can't find is where I can do it for solutions by the chapter. So I'm going to email them. And I'll just do this for all of them. Save them all. And that way I can easily put them into our iPad. I'm just sending them to our cloud. Back to the assignments. You can see the list of each one, their grades. And this is what one looks like. This one has 2 assignment sections, or assignment sheets, and the video. And this one also has notes to take. Most of them did not. This is just a copy of the PowerPoint. I really like how easy this is laid out. Very easy to navigate and easy to know what you need to do next without your student having to ask you. There's a section for what's due. I don't think I mentioned that there is an honors credit available if you do some extra work. And analytics to show how your student did by chapter and their grading scale. If you want to see what other ideas I have for algebra, click on the video on your screen. I'll see you over there.